Yerp. Welcome to the Basement Sports Network postgame show. I'm your host, Royal A. Shepherd. And joining me today, we got my boy, starting with my guy, Bubba. Bubba, how you doing today?
Well, I'm so there's a mixed bag of emotions, you know?
Mm.
Like you can be right, but you don't want to be right. It
Come
hurts
on,
you
man.
to be right. A lot of things to talk about today, none of which involve that horrible fucking bitch ass team blowing the lead. I could give less of a fuck. Um, but we'll talk about it all. I'm doing all right though.
For sure, for sure. Also, put it up one time for the one time. We got my boy Shelton. Professor Shelton, how you doing today, brother?
I'm well. I'm healthy. I don't care about basketball, but
Mhm.
otherwise, life is wonderful. Yeah. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic. Happy to hear that. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, uh, happy Black History Month again. For those of you who indulge, and even for those of you bitch ass niggas who don't indulge, you will indulge while you're here. So happy Black History Month. I will just give y'all a brief synopsis of what happened. The Miami Heat lost this game 98-96. They scored 15 points in the third quarter, while Boston had 36. They built a really big lead at the beginning of the game. They blew said lead and subsequently lost the game. We will not be talking about that shit today on this postgame show. We'll be talking about the trade deadline because these fuck niggas did nothing during the trade deadline again. And for those of you who joined us in the spaces yesterday, appreciate it. We appreciate y'all for joining us in the spaces. But goddamn it, again, they did nothing in the trade deadline. Not only did they not acquire Giannis for one reason or another, for like, and some people will continue to absolve the front office of blame. But not only did they not acquire Giannis, they didn't move Andrew Wiggins for a pick. They didn't move Norm Powell for a pick. They didn't move Tyler Hero off of this goddamn roster. And they are in the same position right now as they were in heading to the season, where they have a bunch of people who are due extensions and shit like that, and they have no clear view of what they even are as a unit. So I don't know if niggas want to talk about this game or if they want to talk about, free agency or the trade deadline. But I'm gonna let niggas talk about what they want to talk about. And since we're saying that, we're gonna talk to the only nigga that's here. New, how are you doing today? King.
I'm excellent. Using the Discord with me. I am spending
Yeah.
time with my family, as my name says. So I'm incredible. How are you guys?
We are doing fantastic. Want to thank somebody 9785 for the $2 donut. He said Nikola Jovic minus 14 in 6 minutes and missed all of his shots. We don't care. He asked, and we've been telling y'all he asked the whole time. New, I want you to kind of go ahead. I know we was in there watching the game a little bit, but you can either talk about this game or you can talk about Miami's ineptitude as a front office, uh, and their rationale behind not doing anything. I'll let you kind of dictate the terms of what you want to talk about to
I
start the
think
show off.
I don't care about the Heat, and everybody knows that. I
Yeah,
just I just indulge in things like this because I fool with y'all,
yeah.
mainly the black people. Happy Black History Month. But like, I think I saw a spoke quote earlier. Yes, please. That was one of my nephews. I don't care. He's more important than his team. Um, no, but I think I saw a spoke quote where he said something like, "Yeah, they didn't make trades; they're focused on winning still, or something like that." Winning, Drake. Like, are we serious? I think that's the most upsetting part about their ineptitude and their lack of anything that they do. It's like I can respect it if they just was like, we tried to make moves, the moves weren't there. You know what I mean? Like it'd be bull to me, but I could still respect the acknowledgement. But saying like, oh yeah, we're just focused on the winning, and we think we can have the winning, and we're not gonna lean into the young guys because winning, you're not winning anything. You haven't won anything in over a decade. Like when does winning when do we acknowledge that them saying they care about winning is a lie? That's the end of my spiel right now. When do we acknowledge that they don't care about winning?
I think Barry Jackson did an eloquent job of kind of like articulating that the year before last, I think it was, where it was just like they've won their championships and they are no longer interested in winning. And I think everything, like they're just interested in like marketing a product that people will buy. And I think everything that they've done as a front office or the lack thereof has kind of proven that to be true. Shelton, I know you wanted to come on here and just kind of like get your shit out because you didn't get an opportunity to talk to us in the spaces. I do want to circle back around and figure out like what were your initial thoughts surrounding the kind of lack of movement at the trade deadline, and just kind of like what is your general state of thinking around this team right now?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised at all. I mean, anyone that has been listening to me scream into the void about this team for the last 4 years knows that I've been screaming into the void about these exact things for the last 4 years. Like this is not news to anyone on this network. And I know we occasionally get people like Optimistic Ant to make an episode appearance here and there, but even he cannot delude himself with what has, gone on for the last 4 or 5 years of this franchise. They don't care. You should not care either. They do not care. The Barry tweet that you referenced is exactly what they care about. Mickey Arison gets to go to his rich billionaire Epstein Files Island parties and bring his fucking Miami Heat championship rings all across the name. Mickey Arison is in the Epstein Files, by the way. His name shows up 10 times. He gets to bring his championship rings and he gets to, throw his fun, lavish parties and gets to be rich and doesn't give a fuck about anything. That's all they care about. They don't give a fuck about winning. They don't care anymore. They haven't cared in a long time. They want butts in the seats. The team has sold out pretty much every single fucking game since the Big Three era. They're fine with that. That's all they care about at this point in time. The only way anything is going to change is if you stop watching the product, stop going to the games, stop purchasing the jerseys, stop buying all the merch. There is no point anymore. They will do this. They will play in your face for the next 5 years, for the next 10 years. They've been nonstop pretending that you are stupid. The next target is Donovan Mitchell. And when we don't get hit, we will circle the fuck back in the summer to Giannis. And then after that, we'll go to Donovan Mitchell. And then we'll go to Anthony Edwards. And we will play this fucking song and dance until the cow can no longer be milked because it is bone dry. I don't know what to tell the fan base anymore. If this has not opened their eyes to the, I'm going to shout out Ricky here, the marketed mediocrity that this team has. It is
marketed.
Unbelievable how they can keep getting away with this shit. And I will say, and as a last point, because we have a lot of show left, I'm going to be pointing the proverbial guns in various directions. The front office is 99% at fault for this. The product on the court is the product on the court. You can only do so much with a shit sandwich. I am putting the other 1% blame on the Miami Heat media sphere. They do not give a fuck about this team either. They are there to collect a paycheck. They are there to go there and carry the water for the front office, and they will sit here and lie in your face and tell you repeatedly, oh, the team Ja couldn't have been had unless they gave up 3 first-round picks and Kel'el, Ware, and Jaime Jaquez Jr. Meanwhile, the rest of the entire national media is saying nobody thinks Ja is worth fucking anything, and they want Memphis to attach picks for Ja. So when you have a portion of the media sphere, pretty much all of the media sphere in Miami, for a fact, that is lying in your face directly and telling you that we couldn't have gotten this player. That is coming directly from the front office's mouth. I'm saying this as someone that is a Philadelphia Eagles fan. I have watched reporters in that room ask Sirianni if he is the devil. Like they don't give a fuck about who the fuck is sitting in that front chair. But I have seen every single Heat media member find every excuse under the sun to come up with why they have not landed a single star over the last Dame, Giannis, KD twice, everyone. I'm sick of it. Donovan Mitchell 3 times. I don't care anymore, and they don't care either. So I'm just going to reciprocate that.
Yeah, I think for the most part, like people have, and this is extending beyond just kind of like people who do shit like we do, which is like get on here and talk about the games every time. But like people are starting to generally like not give a fuck about this roster, and I think this was like the tipping point for a lot of people not getting Giannis for whatever reason. It don't matter, but like I don't think anybody is willing to accept kind of like the foolishness that has come out of people's mouths for the past couple of years about this team and what it is. Vibes with Ben, I want to thank you with the 499. Don't know. Just stupid ass, trash ass roster. I'm over this. This is so frustrating, man. He said they can all go, including that overrated goofy ass coach. Spo has his warts, but I mean, this roster is shit. Travis Marshall, I like this comment. He said, I fuck with y'all. Y'all been right about this team since I've been watching y'all 3 years ago. This shit's sad. It is sad, bro. It's sad to think that that Miami is kind of falling so far away from their standard, whereas like they're just trying to grasp at straws at this point. The fact that even Spo is trying to spin this into we just gonna go for the wins that we can. Like, niggas can't fool me, bro. Like, they try to tell me that Pat Riley is no longer in charge of kind of like decision making or the direction of this franchise. It hasn't been for a long time. You can't tell me one young person that will be in that front office advocating for trying to win now with a roster that is proving, like clearly proven, that they cannot win now. Like they can't win shit. This team is ass and the roster is ass. Look at Cascon. Talk about he ready to say Spo sucks. I'm with it, bro. Like I don't think anything or anybody in this front office or organization is above criticism at this point. Mr. Giro1123, thank you for the $5 donation. He said, as of February 6, 2026, Milwaukee Bucks star Giannis Antetokounmpo has become a shareholder and partner in Kalshi. A regulated prediction. Shaking my head. We got some thoughts about that shit too. We might share them as we go along. Bubba, want to hear your thoughts about whether it's the trade deadline, whether it's this game tonight? I don't give a fuck, brother. Just the state of the Miami Heat. I think that's what this is going to be. This is going to be a state of the Miami Heat kind of like show as opposed to what other shows are.
Yeah, I mean, it all loops back into the game. I was so busy yesterday that I couldn't check anything until I set an alarm right at 3 to see what had happened. I knew that Giannis wasn't going to get traded. I think they were saying like Wednesday night that teams weren't serious. I mean, Shams is a clown. The call sheet sits crazy. We'll get into it, but I think the Heat officially crossed the line yesterday that I think we knew that they were tipping their toe around. Pause. And that was they are in a true one-of-one position. I'm trying to think of other teams in sports that really do this, where they've run it back for 4 years in a row. They don't make a single move, a single one. And in the NBA, man, like I was seeing, and everybody was talking about it. Teams like the Wizards making moves, having smart off front office play. Teams getting players, getting picks, making this exchange. And I think Dan Lebitard said it today. Like the Heat just don't believe in that. They don't believe in trading veterans for picks. They will go for the wins. And it's complete incompetence and ineptitude. Like, I don't know where it comes from. I mean, Pat can say, oh, I don't make the decisions. But did y'all see Pat Riley at the event? That's what really pissed me off. Was that he was like, oh, I might have a whale that I'm hunting. And then I have this big guy in the chair, Andy Ellisberg, like, no, Andy is the whale, man. Like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking. Like, did you see that? He said, oh, Andy Ellisberg behind me. He's looking for somebody. He's looking for this. I agree with this, by the way, that the new CBA fucked them up because free agency's dead and it's the only thing they knew how to do.
No, Bubba. No.
So, like,
this I put it up because I completely disagree with this. I don't think the new CBA fucked up the Miami Heat. I think their stubborn nature has fucked up the Miami Heat. They're still operating in today's NBA as if it was the NBA of 1995, and it is not. It is no longer like you can't tell me that saving cap space or money for any fucking free agency is fucking worth it because people don't hit free agency. They have refused to engage in the trade market. They have refused to engage in a trade market for anything less than a whale. And they tell you that good players are beneath them trading mid players. That, to me, is what has fucked the Miami Heat. It has not been the fact that the CBA changed the way that business is being done. The CBA changed the way that business is being done, and other teams have found a way to be successful. What has not changed is the Miami Heat's philosophy on team building, and they have not gone to evolve and kind of adjust to the new CBA in order to get themselves in position to win titles, bro. Like, you cannot sit up here and fucking consistently dismiss second round picks as NBA currency when you see players like Kevin Durant get moved for like a combination of first round picks and second round picks, bro. Like, the NBA has changed and Miami has not adjusted, and that shit to me is what's sending me through the moon.
I think it's beyond adjustment though, Royal. Like the adjustment is you just have to change one thing. I think they've reached a point now where they're getting lapped. These guys are so far behind on how the current NBA landscape works. I don't think there is any way for them to learn or adjust. I think this is what it is, and it's done. And I know Mickey Harrison's son is involved on
There
bullshit.
is
He
a
doesn't
way
know
for them to
anything.
learn, bro. Like, I'm not
He's
tolerating
terrible.
that shit, Bubba. I'm not tolerating that
and
shit.
Royal,
bro.
you
Like,
shouldn't. And I think honestly, the fan base, I saw more than anything of what I saw yesterday was people tweeting, "I don't give a fuck anymore." Like I saw that more yesterday than I saw it for KD, for Dame, for all this shock, anger, pissed offness. Yesterday wasn't even people were angry, but they were just like done. They were like, "Really? Again?" I really could give less of a fuck. And I know a
but
couple people have been there for a while, but
yeah, but
it's
part of that,
just
Bubba, is because
crazy.
like they were being. Part of that is because like people were being sold that Miami had planned 6 years for a
Yep.
Giannis pursuit. And
Yep.
like for you to plan for 6 years and to still come up woefully short is like another is something that like a lot of
And
fans like they just can't deal with. They can't deal with the consistent like selling of like, okay, not now, but later when this happens, then we're gonna go all in and we're gonna finally get back. And then the circumstances present themselves, and then you don't go at like you don't have enough
even
or you
then,
don't
but
like.
even then, Royal, like when they say, like people before were like, "Oh, we'll finally put everything on the table for Giannis." Okay, even if they did, it's not enough because it's not good. They can't say, "Oh,
Yeah,
here's
I
here's
gotta jump
Hero,
in on
here's
that.
Whale," and Hero
Go
sucks,
ahead,
and Ware
Shelby.
doesn't play. Like it just makes no
Yeah, like
sense.
Go ahead,
we
Shelby.
literally had media members telling us for years, like, oh, they are not going to go all in on anyone unless it's Giannis or Ant. Like those were the two players that they would sit here and when first of all, Ant is never going to be available, so get that fucking pipe dream out of your head immediately. But secondly, Giannis is finally available, and the immediate pivot is, well, they just didn't want to move him. I guarantee you, if the Heat had been asset building for years, they would have moved him if they said, "You motherfuckers want 8 picks? You motherfuckers want 8 picks? Oh yeah, I don't give it." Their GM is going to go, "Oh, Giannis loves the city of Milwaukee. Well, I love 8 picks. Giannis, enjoy Miami. Have fun." That's how that conversation is going to go. So the immediate pivot by the media, Giannis didn't really want to leave, and the Bucks didn't really want to trade him. We had been screaming from the rooftops for years, build the war chest. If Giannis is the guy, build the war chest up. So when it's time for Giannis, we are ready to make that home run offer, to be able to make it so they have no other option but to say yes. And he's here, and the most you can offer is 3 picks and 2 swaps. And well, maybe if we work really hard, we can trade Andrew Wiggins for a pick. And maybe if we work really hard, we can, get them to accept Kel'el Ware, even though we are not playing him because we put out to the media sphere that we don't fucking like him. So it's just
Roddy. I want to tell Roddy Briggs, fuck you right quick, bitch ass nigga. That's why the Kane. I ain't gonna even lie. It hurt me that the Kane lost too. But we got it, bro. Like, yeah, damn, bro. You a Kane fan, but goddamn, you ain't gotta come over here tripping and shit. I also wanted to address something else. That somebody said that like, this Hero is better than Norm. So
Same thing.
yeah, you feel me? Like, what the fuck is the difference? Like, at least Norm playing.
Yeah,
Like,
he's not better than Norm. There was a graphic that we've been talking about this in the fan chat a lot. In the last 5 years, Tyler Herro has played 23 more games than Joel Embiid. Like, shut the fuck up about Tyler Herro. I'm tired of hearing about him too. Please, he is
I think
never around. He is not here. He is never.
Royal, can you put Lenon comment on the screen? It's like the second to last one. It's impossible. I know some of you niggas can't read that be watching this, so I'll read it for y'all. My mama paid for my education. It's impossible to build the war chest and still want to compete without selling high on their own players. That's not true. The amount of picks and assets that the Miami Heat have squandered out of pure and utter stupidity over the past decade should have them all thrown in jail. You could have continued, quote unquote, competing with Jimmy Butler and not traded a first round pick with Terry Rozier. You could have continued competing with Jimmy Butler and not traded a second round pick to OKC to get rid of Victor Oladipo. You could have
attached the second round pick without attaching the pick to Dwayne Dedman to get rid of him.
He was coming on. He was next.
He was next.
There is
to Haywood Highsmith, and he was just fucking waived by the Nets.
They put Gonzo 3, 4, 7, 4. They attached 4 second round picks. They traded 4 second round picks to draft KZ Okpala. Those are assets in a war chest, especially with the new CBA that you guys love, not y'all specifically, but that people love to bring up like it's such a hindrance. Well, if you aren't squandering picks and you manage assets, hey, teams wanted Max Strus, you let him leave for nothing. You let Caleb Martin leave for nothing. There are 100 ways to have, and I not poor KZ. I fool with KZ. I don't have nothing against the nigga. He didn't draft himself. He didn't put them 4 draft picks on the table. But you see teams do it, bro. Like that's the problem. It's like, well, they tried to do this, but they couldn't. No, they don't get anything done because they are incompetent. They only got a protected first round pick for Jimmy Butler from a desperate Warriors team. The Warriors team seems like he was begging please.
One first for Jimmy Butler.
They were begging last year, please, somebody, please give us a player. And you got Andrew Wiggins they traded a pick in that trade to get PJ Tucker. Excuse me, not PJ Tucker. Who was the nigga that came back to them last year?
Kyle Anderson.
Hold on. I'm about to put that trade up.
Kyle Anderson was in the Jimmy Butler trade.
Yeah.
They tried. I don't know. Maybe they didn't complete it, but they tried to trade for PJ Tucker last year.
They did. They ended up trading for PJ Tucker in the Jimmy Butler deal, and then they sent PJ Tucker to, I think, the Raptors for Davion Mitchell.
Well, maybe they changed.
No, I think he got sent to Utah.
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, like regardless, it was also incompetent.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They flipped PJ Tucker for Davion. Either way, like the point still remains that like this front office has routinely kind of like gone through the motions. Like, and I think what they've gotten really good at is selling the fan base on, hey, when this motherfucker's available, this is when we gonna finally make the move. And then as soon as it happens, then like, because you got to remember like the narrative shift. Like, because before the Dame saga, it was we need an elite player to ask for Miami and say only Miami, and then we'll go get him. And then when Dame did that, it's like, oh, well, there's concerns about his age and, and health and stuff like that. And so, like, Miami's not willing to put in everything to go get that player. But it's like, why is Dame not good enough to pair with Jimmy and Bam to, like, this is Dame Lillard that we're talking about here, a year after he's coming off of averaging 27-plus points a game. And then all of a sudden it's like, no, the reason they didn't want to do that is because they wanted to save themselves for Giannis.
Okay, yeah, I know I'm not tripping. My bad to cut you off, bro. The Utah Jazz received a 2031 second-round pick via the Heat for that pick. In that trade. And the Raptors received a 2026 second-round pick via the Heat and cash from that trade. So they traded away 2 more second-round picks to get off of Jimmy Butler, bro.
Shit is so cooked, man.
I don't know how y'all feel about this. That they don't play.
I don't know how y'all feel about this, but I think Bam's gone in the summer, man. I think he's done.
I don't know about in the summer. So that's another picture.
That quote from the beginning of the year or the end of the year, what was it? Like, I know how the guy in silver hair works. Like, there's going to be changes.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, sure. But he was talking about the summer in that regard, and there still weren't any changes, that he still stay here. So we were having a little bit of this conversation. I guess it can pivot to Bam a little bit. I think this summer is a bit premature for Bam to ask for a trade because now he's in line to get a massive pay raise and he's making $50 million a year. And just being honest, the fuck nigga scored 16 points tonight. I don't think there are going to be teams lining up to pay Bam $50 million next year. But I do think Bam is the type of player where, where it's less years on that contract. Because I think that's what, a 3-year extension? 4-year. I think that's a 3-year extension that Bam is making.
He's extension eligible 1 year before the final year of his contract. So it's a 3-year, but it feels like a 4-year because he has the added on year.
Yeah, so it's a 3-year contract. It's a 3-year contract where he's making $50 million. Where I don't think people will be lining up to trade for him in year 1 of that contract. But I think in year 2 of that contract, if Bam is like, all right, you niggas gonna keep playing in my face, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna request a trade. I think there will be a market for Bam there. But also, I don't think Miami will be willing to trade Bam. Part of me is reluctant to think that Bam would even go that far as to request a trade. But I do think, why wouldn't he? Because I think Bam is a loyal guy. And I think there's a lot of, that might be similar to what the Giannis thing is. Giannis didn't officially request a trade. You know what I mean? Niggas knew that he wanted to move, but he didn't request a trade or demand a trade. And if Bam doesn't demand a trade, then Miami's just going to keep him. That's what they do to everybody.
Yeah, no, they won't. He would have to really make it ugly between people. I mean, I don't. If I was Bam, I'd be like, why not request a trade to the Lakers next year, man? If I was Bam,
he's not doing that. He's not doing that. Mr. Geo 1123 with a $2 donor. He said it's false hope. Summer of D Mitch again. What the fuck? I get it, bro. That's what they're gonna do. Vibes with Ben. Appreciate you with the 199 donor.
2029 free agency. Ain't no more dogs in that killer heat culture.
Yeah, but that's Miami's plan. And I think I was listening to a 5 Reason podcast and they said it Pat Riley is at the end of the rope when it comes to kind of his career in basketball, his life in general. But Pat Riley is more so he's trying to win every game. You know what I'm saying? He ain't looking at no fucking future. He won't be around to see it. Yeah. He ain't looking at no future. He's trying to win every game. So that's why Miami feels so reluctant to let go of players because me personally, I would have traded Norman Powell at this deadline. Giannis thing aside, I would have traded Norman Powell. I would have traded Terry Rozier. I would have traded Tyler Herro. And I would have traded Andrew Wiggins.
I think that's what might have pissed me off the Roast Royal, is that there wasn't a plan after Giannis wasn't happening. I think Minnesota traded for somebody.
Bro.
Right? Didn't Minnesota pivot? They traded for somebody. They added Ayo, right? They traded for somebody. I think the Warriors ended up trading for Porzingis. Teams had backup plans.
Nigga, even OKC, they traded for goddamn Jared McCain.
Yeah, there's no plan. It was, this didn't happen. The fact that Wiggins, Norm, and Herro weren't immediately moved and been all right, it's time to reset and see what we can do in the summer. I honestly think if you traded all 3 of those players, I don't know how much worse you would have been. You could have played younger. Honestly, I guess if all 3, you could have fallen off a cliff, but they suck.
Okay, so let's say, for instance, the rumors are true where Milwaukee is looking for compensation in the realm of 6 first-round picks for Giannis in the summer. If Miami trades Norm and Andrew Wiggins, I have no doubt in my mind that they can acquire 2 additional picks. They already unlocked 4 after this. So they have 4 available to them when the summer calls. But if you trade Andrew Wiggins and you trade Norman Powell at this trade deadline, then you have the potential to open up 6 first-round picks, which puts you in competition with the potential packages that Milwaukee will see in the summer. But now,
which would be Herro and Ware in the 6. Yep, 100%.
But because you didn't do shit, you still are locked into those same 4 picks, and the rest of the season, they're going to just devalue Ware in the way that they've been doing the entire time. Ware had value, Spo is shitting on that value, devaluing him, and whereas he was once seen as the blue chip asset, if Miami continues to not play him,
if Miami continues 6 minutes tonight, he played 6 minutes.
Come on, bro. If Miami continues to do this, by the summertime, nobody's going to look at him as no premium blue chip asset.
No chance. 0.
He's not going to garner you. He said, yo, Sheltman, I need you to get on Greg Sylvander saying we should have at least traded Ware. Sheltman, since it's directed at you, I'll let you talk about it.
No, I agree with Greg Sylvander. I disagree with Greg Sylvander on a lot of fucking shit, and I will sit here and call him out on this stream publicly because he was one of the people that said the Memphis Grizzlies were asking for Ware and 2 firsts and all this shit. I think Greg Sylvander's source is dog shit. Personally, I don't know who it is. I don't know who the fuck it is. I don't really care. I think whoever that source is actively lying to him or using him. One of the two. I don't think Greg Sylvander is a stupid guy. I think he is intelligent. I think he is just being taken advantage of by whoever is giving him that information. But in this case, I agree with Greg. They should have traded Ware because they're not doing anything with him. So the more, as Royal said, the more the season goes on, the Ware value is going down. Unless something completely flips in Spo's head and he decides, okay, never mind, I'm going to start playing this kid. The value is going down. So what you're going to now trade him in the summer for the lowest point of his value? What's the point of that? Herro, Ware, Terry, Norm, Wiggins, all should. Yes. And this is sort of the overarching point that we've all been discussing to this, like building your asset chest. When you are not available, when you don't have the assets available to make the giant move, the next step in the process is how do we get those assets to make the giant
create
move?
the fucking assets.
Create the fucking assets. So they should, like Wiggins. I mentioned this post game after. I don't know if I said it on the stream or if it was behind the scenes, but Wiggins is going to be an expiring. He has a player option next year. He's going to be an expiring. He is going to look for an extension. He is not going to get 30 million, 25 million a year in free agency. That is not going to happen under the current CBA. It's not going to happen. So him getting an extension with any team right now is what he wants. And the Heat aren't going to give it to him because they would have already given it to him. So just the inability to do anything. There are plenty of teams that would have taken on Terry Rozier's contract just to have the 30 million off the books. There's plenty of teams that would be happy to take on, players like Kel'el Ware or the Jaime contracts coming up. So high on Jaime,
talent, though.
having a pretty decent season by all things considered. He's having an okay season. He is, he's probably going to be like a top 8 6 man of the year candidate this year. His value might never go higher than that. Trade him. They don't know how to play the game currently. And someone mentioned, the new CBA kind of fucked them. No. Free agency hasn't been a thing since the Supermax was instituted in 2017. This CBA took effect in like 2023 or 2024. I don't really know. People do not sign free agency contracts of that caliber anymore. It is all role players and glue guys. There's no major stars. Like occasionally you'll get one guy that sneaks through and he's a tier, S tier player that is going to be one of your 3 best players on the team. But they don't know how to play the current game. And that's why I don't think anything with this franchise matters until it's cleaned house in the entire front office, because the attitude is stuck in 2008. They don't know how to operate in the current era of the league. And if they do, what the fuck are they doing?
They aren't. I do think that kind of like they're in an era where the league has kind of passed their philosophy by. I think the problem is philosophy with this organization. Like I don't know if anybody else got the chance to read them bullshit ass 10 Commandments that Barry Jackson or somebody else put out. But that shit is depressing to see. Like if this is your front office's philosophy, then they have kind of lost it in terms of like the pulse of what the NBA is. Like they don't know, and frankly they don't give a fuck what the pulse of the NBA is. They want to do things their way. They want to try and win every year, win every game, whatever. And that shit's just not available to them right now. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This is more than enough content for me to give y'all motherfuckers. I ain't got no exit video, so I'm gonna let niggas talk about whatever they want to talk about with one last round. And then I'm gonna end this show because the bat signal has already been bat signal. So new. Anything that we didn't get to tonight that you wanted to make sure that we talked about, said for the fans in here, I don't give a fuck. Go ahead and get your last words off before we end this shit.
Happy Black History Month.
Come on now. You are a queen and a scholar, and I love you very much. Sheldon.
Happy Black History Month. I've done a lot of time shitting on the media this 30 minutes, which is completely justified. And honestly, I should do more. But I will take 5 seconds to shout out Brendan Tobin. He is among the better members of the media, in my opinion, and he has done several pieces of content on his channel. It's the most pointed language from a media member that I've seen towards the front office in quite some time. Everyone should go watch that. I think he is probably the most in touch media member with the current fan base attitude. Something has to change. Like I don't give a fuck if any Heat personnel watch this. It's very unlikely. But if you are listening, bro, what the fuck are we doing? We used to be a prestigious franchise. Like we arguably have the worst front office in the Eastern Conference. I am not kidding. Go down the list.
So listen to me, Shelton. Yesterday in that spaces that we had at the trade deadline, Harry said that Miami might have a bottom 3 front office in the league. And I was like, I feel like that's disrespectful, but it's not to the point where I feel like I should dismiss it like entirely. I need to give it some thought. He said that LT followed up with like it's bottom 5.
We were the only Eastern team to not make a trade, and every other Eastern Conference team either made a trade in a direction where they know we are not good enough and we need to do stuff to be worse. That way we can position ourselves for the future. Or they said, we feel like we are good enough. We need to make some additional moves to better position ourselves for the immediate future so that we can get ourselves over the hump. The only team that did nothing is a team that is perennially in the play-in. They didn't pick a direction again. So, yeah, I genuinely think it's maybe the Miami Heat, maybe the Sacramento Kings, and maybe the New Orleans Pelicans. Harry might be spot on because as shitty as that Luka Doncic trade was for the Mavs, they immediately said with the new GM, oh, we fucked up. Let's fix this real quick. And we traded Anthony Davis. And they are immediately removing themselves from that situation and picking an immediate new different direction. So, yeah.
I didn't immediately, that's why I didn't immediately dismiss it, bro. Because I was trying to make sure that I could come up with like 4 legitimate names for people who I believe to be worse. And I know like a easy grab, like low hanging fruit in that situation will be somebody like the Hornets. But even the Hornets, they did not have
the Hornets have like
bad,
6 players that are 22 or under that are really good.
That's what I'm saying. Like the Hornets did not have a bad trade deadline.
Well. They're drafting well too.
And they're playing well a little bit out here. Like I know niggas like to make fun of me for a certain circumstance that will not be named, but like the Hornets are like, I don't know, they feel better. Bubba, anything that we didn't mention that you wanted to get to in this last couple of minutes right here before I go to goddamn it.
I mean, it was already said, but Happy Black History Month. 1, 2. I just saw a tweet from Barry Jackson that I think it's Mickey Arison hasn't spoken to the media in over a decade. That needs to change immediately. How the fuck is that possible? Steve Ross got to speak every year and look people. The Dolphins owner has to sit fans and look them in the eye every single year, every time their shit sucks. This dude's got to speak. And honestly, y'all, if you guys are watching this, you should continue to watch this. This is the only Heat content you should consume. Don't watch other podcasts. Don't watch the games. Don't go to the games. Save your hard-earned money. Do something else. Don't buy a jersey. I don't care what type of Vice variation they get. The only Miami Heat content you should consume is the basement because sometimes we don't talk about the team and we say funny shit. It is not worth your time. This shit is such a fucking joke. And I truly believe the only way something will change is if people stop giving a fuck. And I think right now is the perfect time to find something better to do with your time. Because this shit is completely irrelevant. I didn't watch the game. You don't need to watch the game. You've seen the game. You've seen them over and over again for 4 years. And if they're not going to change it, then don't watch it. Why would you watch the same movie every night? Don't do it. But watch The Basement, though, because we're pretty funny.
I ain't gonna hold you. I think that is a beautiful promo. Yeah, shout out to Bubba for making that known. Listen, it's a couple people in here. I know everybody ain't subscribed to the Basement Sports Network. Take that time, just hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out a lot. Make sure y'all hit that like button on the video as well. I'm trying to say I've been trying to get into my YouTuber bag sometime, but sometimes I forget that I'm a YouTuber. But yeah, it really helps us in certain circumstances. So make sure that you like and subscribe to the basement on YouTube, on Twitch, on Twitter, whatever, bro. Like support the content. I mean, we're gonna keep making it. Whether or not niggas like it or not is immaterial. Like we make the content that we like to make, and we don't really give a fuck who fucking with it. Like just being perfectly honest. But if you do fuck with it, make sure y'all fuck with the kids the right way. And kind of leave us some currency here. Leave a comment after the video, not just in the live chat, but in the comments afterwards to kind of help the algorithm. We try to keep the algorithm ass. But yeah, do shit like that. Ladies and gentlemen, Antonato's here. Ant, how you doing today?
Yeah, Raw, happy Black History Month. When I came in here, I didn't feel like it was right for my face to be, my screen to be the same size. So I was trying to figure, there we go. That's what I was trying to do when I came in here.
Yeah, but if I feel like we're gonna be equal opportunity here since we can't make the other white people small. We won't make you too small either. So
okay,
you know what I mean? We'll let you slide this time.
Well, I do have a good answer to Maserati's question on why would people watch. Because I need to know when to cash out. I put $200 on the Heat money line at halftime on underdog promo code and MVP. Get $75 in bonus bets when you play.
You are nasty. You are nasty Italian. You are a nasty Italian.
Hey, Simone Fontecchio is a nasty Italian. Don't put me in the same.
You put it on the Heat money line. You said up 22.
Hell yeah, I did.
You put 200 on the Heat money line when they were up 22.
Boston, my fault.
Boston money line. Okay, yeah.
No, my fault.
Oh, there you go. That's a good call. 31, by the way, 31 blown leads since the start of last season.
Between Ant and Bubba, I don't know who's giving out the worst betting advice on this network.
Oh, bro, I'm retired now. I don't do that anymore.
No, I mean,
I haven't done that in like a year. It was so bad.
It's been more than 2 years.
I told the entire group chat to pick Keontae George at plus 7,000 for most improved player, and he's like plus 400 right now. So.
Hey,
Kenny and Jordan both mocked me. I don't want to hear it from them ever again.
It don't matter what you want to hear. Those are black men in this network. They will be telling you whatever they want. Go ahead.
Well, I'm not listening to Jordan for at least 25% of the month. So
fuck that. We're not letting that shit slide right now. No white man can criticize Jordan's blackness. Only the black people can do so. Go ahead, Ant.
Well, I feel like I'm giving great advice because, especially today, I saw the Heat were up 21 in Boston. When Boston was 1-19 from 3, I mean, that was as easy as it gets. I'm not one to throw a bag on. You know, I'm no degenerate, but I figured I got to put at least 200 on this. Are you kidding me? Because I always play safe. First chance I got to cash out, I did. I cashed out halfway through the quarter for a $20 profit. Of course,
for the third quarter. Through the third quarter.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, bro, you would have. How much would you have made?
I would have profited 1,200 had I let it ride.
Oh my God,
but I don't think like that. You know, all time I'm profitable, and it's because I have the mindset any profit's a win. I always cash out. That's rule number one. So I don't think of it like I lost $1,000. I think of it like I won 20. But either way, that's how I'm gonna keep myself entertained. Seriously, like I'm not even trolling. Like that is the only way because these games are significantly more boring after the deadline than they were before, and they were boring before. But in the back of my mind, I had some bit of hope that. Okay, you know, a guy like Wiggins playing well, get his trade value up. Norman All-Star, a team's going to want that, you know? And now it's like there's really no point to give a shit about anything. So that's what I'll be doing the rest of the season. You know, if y'all want to do the same, just if they're up at halftime, you know what to do. It's not financial.
I might start doing that for real.
It's so easy because Spoelstra said before the game or the press conference he did after the deadline, he said, we need to work on being consistent. I'm like, you're the most consistent team in the league. Every game is like a storybook. It's the same thing every game. You're up at halftime. You get killed in the third quarter. What more consistency could you want?
Yeah, bro, that's what makes post-game shows so fucking hard. Like, I told somebody this today, I was like, you niggas don't give the basement enough credit for the creativity that we bring to this space. The way that we can make the most mundane experience entertaining for you niggas. It's nothing short of spectacular. We have done miracles with Miami Heat content over the course of our existence. And niggas only want to call us haters. And we're more than that. We are entertainers. All right, we are artistes. Okay, the way that we can create something out of fucking nothing, which is what the Miami Heat is spectacular. All right, and is worthy of admiration. What's happening here? Oh, we finna do struggle meal. We talking about JJK right quick. Shelman.
I tried to play the intro, but we didn't pay for it.
Oh, it won't play right now. It won't play right now. We gotta. Hold on. No, we can't do it tomorrow. We gotta wait till the 21st. That's when YouTube pay us.
Gentlemen, welcome to this episode. Oh shit! None of the fucking logos.
No. We can't do much. We can't do much right now. You see, we still got that power on my stream.
New, how are we feeling about Kinji Hakari? She gonna tell me to kill myself.
You say we love it. Niggas not excited about the Cullen games, huh? I had that boy Shelton explain that shit to me in a synopsis because that was a lot of reading. But I ain't gonna lie, I fuck with your tweet today where you was like, niggas who say that that JJK has a lot of lore have never watched Hunter x Hunter.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, JJK fans do not know how to read. They are stuck at a second grade reading level. They don't understand. Like, if they watched Hunter x Hunter, they would give up by episode 6 of the because they have no idea what the fuck. Like, what is Nen?
That's a universe. That's a universe that you got to learn. All right.
Shit is infuriating.
That's a whole different power structure. But yeah, we're not gonna get too deep into the nerd talk tonight, but it's okay. I got an appointment later on tonight, and so no need for me to keep talking to you niggas. Thank you guys in the comments as always for joining the show, making it much more fun than it would have been without you. Thank you to the people on the panel. My girl New, the only member of the Kane Gang up here, and Sheltman, Bubba. Appreciate you white guys for coming up here, entertaining the folks with me. We will see you guys. When is the Heat's next game? If it's tomorrow, then I'm not doing a post-game show. But like, if it's the Sunday,
afternoon.
Yeah.
Sunday
In the afternoon
when the Super Bowl gonna be on
versus the Washington Wizards.
when the Super Bowl about to be played.
Are they
We'll
serious?
see you guys Monday when the Heat play the Jazz.
I ain't gonna lie. I think what's his name? Typhoon Warning. Typhoon Warning tried to let people know in here that this is a football network masquerading as a basketball network. There's nothing more important to the basement than football. I'm sorry if you guys believe anything to the contrary. There is nothing more important to the basement than football. I promise y'all, this is what I will promise y'all. I will try to be here for a post-game show for that game on Sunday. But I promise you I will not let that interfere with my Super Bowl viewing experience. Cardi B is not going to be. Well, I try and give you guys like 15, 20 minutes. I'll do my best. For all you basketball lovers, I will do my best to be present for you after that Heat game on Sunday. If I do not show up, that is y'all business. I promise you I won't feel no type of... Ant might do the show. But Ant be doing weird shit with post-game shows when he's here by himself. And I don't know if I appreciate that all the time. I'll be watching. And I don't know if you know that, but I'll be watching you when I don't be present. And I don't like it.
Well, people need to know you see everything, just so they know. You may not always respond, but you take note. And if it comes up again, it comes up again. So I'm gonna warn these people in these streets. There's been a lot of talk about you and this network over the last couple of days, and Royal sees it. I just want y'all to know he sees it.
I listen to it too. Like I listen to you, motherfuckers. I heard my name a few times on the podcast from somebody with a couple of reasons or some shit like that. I heard my name on that podcast now. I didn't want to put that out there. And yes, indeed.
I heard it.
They said something about the basement in general. Like I heard you now. And on top of that, I want to remind you bitches, y'all did tell me y'all gonna bring me on the podcast a week after Christmas, and you didn't do it.
This is an open invitation for Greg Sylvander to come on a post-game episode of The Basement. We want to talk to you, Greg.
He would have such a great time, though. In all seriousness, he
Greg,
would have a great
He
time.
would, but I would go
Bro.
at him fairly. I'm not going to dunk on
Yeah.
him just for the sort of it, but
I also I think they understand. Like they know what it is over here, bro. Because I think even if you watch like the basement account, I'm not gonna tell y'all who was tweeting from the basement account, but the basement account over the past couple of days has been a very fun experience for me personally. But when people were telling me about kind of like, or people were saying on the account, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's why I watch 5 Reasons. The account responded in kind. By all means, support their work. Like, if you like them, go watch them. You feel me? But like, this we ain't got to say what they're saying. Any tweet that had the N word was Stone. I won't do Stone like that in his absence. If he was here, I would have let that rock. But Stone is one of the only members of the basement that doesn't have the password to the basement Twitter. We will not allow him to do that. Top from Warner, my boy with the 199 don't know. He said basement blue chew sponsorship incoming. All right. We've had enough.
For a couple of dollars.
we can't play the video because we ain't paid StreamYard this month, but
doo-doo,
No, I just got to sit here awkwardly.
doo-doo.
we ain't got to see our government and shit. Y'all bitches.